At first glance, the Lightning transmission looks like a traditional manual transmission. The driver controls the shifting decisions. But the similarities stop there. The Lightning Series transmission offers an exceptional number of benefits to the driver. Not only did Eaton pack features into this transmission that will make driving more comfortable, but you'll find it's more reliable and provides you with improved performance. You'll notice right away the comfortable new shift knob and tight shift throws. The shift pattern was designed to allow you to make 10 gear shifts with only 4 lever movements. An onboard computer will give the driver optimized splitter performance consistently across various weather and grade conditions, never tiring to the task of helping to make each shift the best possible. Lightning also comes with a top 2 feature. The computer controls the top 2 gear shifts automatically. The top 2 is integrated with your other truck systems, such as cruise and engine brakes, giving you easy operation and superior performance. And driving the Lightning will highlight other significant benefits. For instance, the advanced design delivers exceptionally low noise inside the cab. Bottom line, you'll find the Lightning Series transmission makes your job easier. Now, let me show you how to put the power of Lightning to work. In the cab, the components you'll be using are the shift lever and the button, the clutch, the throttle, and you'll be using the tack. And until you're familiar with the Lightning shift pattern, you'll probably refer to the shift decal for quick reference. Note that the shift decal is also located in your driver instruction manual, along with step-by-step driving procedures and other important information. In fact, we strongly recommend that you read the entire manual before driving the Lightning to be sure you're taking advantage of all of the Lightning features. Now, in a minute, we'll take Lightning on the road, but first, it's important to understand that you'll encounter one feature that, at first, will feel different. You see, most of us are used to selecting a gear and having the transmission respond immediately. But Lightning's ability to analyze, monitor, and control when certain shifts occur means you select the gear and Lightning completes the shift when conditions are exactly right for a smooth shift. For instance, the throttle may feel unresponsive or the splitter shift may seem delayed, but Lightning is selecting when to perform the shift. It can take a little getting used to, but it's worth it. Let's give it a try. As with any vehicle, it's important to follow basic safety procedures. Buckle up and make sure the shift lever is in neutral and the parking brakes are set before startup. Then depress the clutch pedal and start the engine. You'll notice that at startup, the red service light on the shift knob will light for about 3 seconds as the transmission performs a self-test. If the light stays on, flashes, or doesn't light at all, refer to your driver's manual before driving the Lightning. It will give you important instructions to enable you to drive to your nearest service center. With a normal startup, build the required air pressure, 90 to 120 psi, depending on your vehicle. When you reach pressure, depress the brake pedal and take the clutch pedal to the floor to contact the clutch brake. Then move the shift lever and button to the appropriate starting gear. If you're on level ground or lightly loaded, you may want to start in second gear. With heavier loads or uneven terrain, start in first and shift to second just after your vehicle's in motion, around 1,000 RPM. Now, before we actually take Lightning out, here's an important tip for deciding when to shift. Until you reach 18 to 22 miles per hour, you'll want to make each shift at progressively higher RPMs. This is referred to as progressive shifting and will give you better shift quality. Now, these ranges are detailed in your driver's manual, but typically a shift from first to second will occur at 1,000 RPM, second to third at 1,300 RPM, and third to fourth at 1400 RPM. Now, on this first run, just keep your eye on the tack and listen to the rhythm of each shift. This will give you a feel for when to make your shifts. On the next go-round, we'll focus on the shift lever and clutch. All right, next we'll focus on your use of the clutch, shift lever, and shift button. But first, remember that when performing a button shift from first to second, third to fourth, and so on, there is no need to depress the clutch. You simply pre-select the gear using the button and brake torque by releasing the throttle. However, for faster splitter shifts, depress the clutch once momentarily. The transmission will detect the drop in RPM, reach synchronous, and engage the next higher gear. For button-only downshifts, pre-select the gear using the button. Briefly release the throttle to brake torque on the driveline. Then increase the engine RPMs by pushing on the throttle to reach synchronous for the next lower gear. Don't worry if you fail to match your speeds exactly, because Lightning will help control the engine speed to make a smooth downshift. When performing a combination button-lever upshift, again, pre-select the next gear using the button. Brake torque by releasing the throttle, and double clutch as you move the shift lever to the next higher gear. To perform a combination button-lever downshift, pre-select the next lower gear using the button, brake torque by releasing the throttle, double clutch as you move the lever to the next lower gear, and increase the throttle to reach synchronous. Again, Lightning will help by making sure the engine speed is correct for a smooth downshift. Now, when double clutching, keep in mind that you don't want to fully depress the clutch. If you take it to the floor, you'll contact the clutch brake. You just want to depress it enough to move the shift lever. Well, even if you haven't quite gotten the feel of it, remember you're working with a system that will help control acceleration and deceleration to make the shifts perfectly anyway. All right, this time, focus on the relationship between the clutch, shift lever, and shift button. Next, let's take a look at reverse mode. When operating in either of the two reverse gears, low reverse or high reverse, shifting technique is the same. However, for maximum vehicle control, low reverse is recommended for normal vehicle backing. High reverse can be used when bobtailing, however. And although shifting between reverse ratios can be done while moving, we recommend that the vehicle be stopped when changing reverse ratios. As we've said, the Lightning transmission has a top 2 feature that allows for automatic shifting between the top 2 gears when the cruise control switch is on. With cruise control in the off position, you perform the 9 to 10 button shift manually, just as you would any other position. But if you want to use the automatic feature, make sure the cruise control switch is on. Make the standard button lever shift from 8th to 9th or auto by pre-selecting the button down position and moving the lever to 9th. Lightning will then manage the shifts from 9th to 10th and back again as needed. If you performed a skip shift to 10th, let's say the vehicle speed is too low, the transmission will complete the shift to 10th, but will immediately downshift to 9th. Again, the system works to keep you running smoothly. When downshifting from 9th to 8th gear, move the button to the up position and make the lever shift to 8th. With the button down, the shift would have been from 9th to 7th. All right, let's review some of the more important points we've covered. Remember, the shift control knob contains the transmission service light that should light up for about 3 seconds during vehicle power-up as the transmission performs a self-test. If the light stays on, flashes, or doesn't light at all, it's an indication of a problem. Refer to your driver's instruction manual. And the electronic shift control knob also utilizes an electronic splitter switch, which means there are no air lines running to the knob from the transmission. Lightning's ability to analyze, monitor, and control the splitter shift with its onboard computer gives the driver optimized splitter shift performance consistently across various weather and grade conditions. This means the throttle may at times feel momentarily unresponsive, or the shift may sometimes feel delayed. Again, Lightning is completing the shift when conditions are exactly right for a smooth shift. The Lightning transmission has a top 2 feature that allows for automatic shifting between the top 2 gears. But remember, the cruise control on-off switch must be in the on position for the top 2 feature to be enabled. That's it. Harnessing the power of Lightning isn't difficult with the right technique. Again, we recommend you read through your driver instruction manual completely before driving Lightning. It will cover everything we've discussed here in more detail, as well as information on maintenance, troubleshooting, and special procedures to follow if you need service. For example, if your vehicle ever requires towing, it's essential that it be towed with the drive wheels off the ground or the drive shaft removed to avoid damaging the transmission. If after reviewing the manual you still have questions or need further assistance, contact the Eaton Road Ranger Service Team at 1-800-826-HELP. Eaton, harnessing the power of Lightning.